Let's give praise, glory, and honor to Yah of hosts, the power of Israel by way of Yahshua HaMashiach. Let's get this party started. John 5:39. We're going to look at something where he mentioned back, when he talked about, I'm going to show y'all this here. I promise to you, y'all didn't even know it was already in my mind. I was talking to the brother in Detroit about it, and I hit him off with this here. I'm going to show you how Mashiach did something. And it go right along the lines of what he said. This nigga talking about, they say Ben Ami laying in the grave and he can get up when he want to. Nasty nigga can't get up when he want to. Nigga's a man. That show you the rate of stupidity. That's why I tell you, Hebrews like to talk about Christians stupid. Israelites just as stupid. If you believe a dead nigga finna get up, talking about he got power to restore the kingdom at any time, he just sleeping. Well, somebody go around there and tell that sorry nigga to get up. We ready to get there. You know what I'm saying? What type of sense that made? Where is it written that this man just gonna sleep and get up when he ready? How you dumb enough to believe that? 5:39, Book of St. John. Search the scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me. You will not come to me that you might have life. I receive not honor from men, but I know you, that you have not the love of Elohim in you. That's funny that after I just said that, you know, that he mentioned that, right? I don't receive honor from men. He received his honor from his Father. That's who honored and glorified him. And it seemed like with most Israelites, man, that's all they want is an honor from another nigga. You know what I'm saying? What I look like wanting to get honor from a man, and y'all sitting there looking at me like, look at this bastard right here. Come on back to Ecclesiastes chapter 8. We can run some of this stuff down we were looking at yesterday, man, or last night. Hello, saints. You got cherries on your face. These niggas is absolutely bat nuts crazy. The verse 2 again, because it was a part of this verse that we didn't go through last night, and we're going to go through it this afternoon. I'm going to see who can catch on to it. Y'all all right? Y'all ready to make this thing happen? Y'all all right? Well, let's get it then. Ecclesiastes 8:2. I counsel thee to keep the king's commandment, and that in regard of the oath of Elohim. I'm going to run it down to about verse 8, and then we're going to come back. Be not hasty to go out of his sight. Stand not in the evil thing, for he do whatsoever please him. Where the word of a king is, there is power. And who may say unto him, what do thou? Whoso keep the commandment shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discern both time and judgment. Because to every purpose there is time and judgment, therefore the misery of man is great upon him. For he know not which shall be. For who can tell him when it shall be? There is no man that hath power over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither hath he power in the day of death. There is no discharge in that war, neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it. Now, we will begin again at verse 2. Do y'all remember we looked at verse 2 last night, right? That he counseled us to keep the king's commandment. So how keeping the king's commandment, how is that in regard to the oath of Elohim then? What is the oath of Elohim? What is the oath of Elohim? Nobody don't know what the oath of Elohim is? Huh? Well, let's go on back to Genesis chapter 15 then. Somebody at the door. That's Mouse. Genesis 15 and about verse 7. There it is. 18. The oath is to Abraham. After we'll look at Genesis 15 and 18, and I guess we got to turn back. Y'all remember we looked at all these oaths on Wednesday, showing you how this man sat back and already said, I done espoused myself to this woman. I'm going to marry her. In the same day, Yah made a covenant with Abram, saying, unto thy seed have I given this land from the river of Egypt unto the river, the great river, and the river Euphrates, the Kenites and the Kizzites and the Kadamites. Calm it down, boy. And the Hittites and the Perizzites and the Rephaims and the Amorites and the Kenites and the Girgashites and the Jebusites. Let's look at Genesis 35. We'll make it 31. We skip it. Let's look at 26. We don't want to skip Isaac. 26 and 1. Somebody peeking in the door. That's who you asked for? That's your own work. What's going on with you, man? Genesis 26:1. Let's look and see what it says. There was a famine in the land, besides the famine, the first famine that was in the days of Abraham, and Isaac went up unto Amalek, king of the Philistines, under Gerar. And Yah appeared unto him and said, Go not down into Egypt, dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee, for unto thee and unto thy seed will I give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father. And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and will give unto thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. Now let's look at what he said to Jacob. Let's look at 31. Matter of fact, 35 better. Matter of fact, it's Genesis 28. That's what I want. Genesis 28. About verse 13. Make it 12. Genesis 28:12. And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth, and at the top of it reached to heaven, and behold, the angels of Elohim ascending and descending on it. And behold, Yah stood above it, and said, I am Yah Elohim of Abraham thy father, the Elohim of Isaac. The land where thou liest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed. Why is that important that Yah's above this ladder? Between heaven and earth, right? So if y'all on top of that ladder, that's how Mashiach on top of that tree, then ain't it? Which means that's the covenant of the oath. That's why he said, I counsel thee to keep the king's commandment in regards to the oath of Elohim. We didn't look at the king's commandment last night. Well, we did. What's the king's commandment? If you want to know what the king's commandment is, actually in the law. What is the king's commandment? I read them to you last night. What's the king's commandment? He commanded you to do two things. What are those two things? I'll give you one. One is to love your brothers, but you know that one there. But where that's encapsulated at? Because we know the second one we read is to love your brothers, you love yourself. So what's the first commandment this man told you to do? We know that there, but what's the thing he told you to do in regard to his son? He say, I will raise up a prophet like unto Moses, and him you will hear. And whoever won't hear, I'm going to require of it. Remember when in John chapter 6, when he made that miracle to feed all the people, and he said, don't labor for the meat that perish. He said, labor for the meat that endure to everlasting life. He said, well, what's the work of Elohim? Believe on him whom he has sent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Believe on, the commandment is to believe on, you believe on Yahshua HaMashiach, then you believe the whole book. If you don't believe on him, you don't believe the word. And if you don't believe the word, that means you're not taking heed to the king's commandment in regard to the oath. You just heard the man tell Isaac and Abraham, in thee all the nations of the earth going to be blessed. I'm going to multiply your seed. The only way that seed going to be multiplied is through HaMashiach. The only way you're going to be able to become a son of Elohim is you're going to have to be born of him. You know what I'm saying? Remember he said, thy seed. That's working the son. Y'all should already know. If I say thy seed, what come to your mind? What epistle letter should come to your mind? Don't worry about it. I get to it in a second. Let me finish this. I get to it in a second. Just let this cycle it through your mind. Let's read verse 14. Let's see what Moses wrote down pertaining to this man. Let's look at 13. And Yah stood above it and said, I am the Elohim of Abraham thy father, the Elohim of Isaac, the land where thou liest. To thee will I give it, and to thy seed. And thy seed shall be as the dust of the earth, and thou shalt spread abroad to the west, and to the east, and to the north, and to the south. And in thee and in thy seed shall all the families of the earth be blessed. And behold, I am with thee, and will keep thee in all places whither thou go, and will bring thee again into this land, for I will not leave thee until I have done that which I have spoken to thee of. Now this is the key thing that we finna go sit back and look at. He told him everything a part of this oath is, I'm going to be with you. I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to bring you back to this land. And hold on, I want to make sure I miss nothing. And I will keep you. I will keep you. I will keep you. Galatians chapter 3, let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about seeds. He didn't say seeds as of many, but seed as of one. Which goes right back to what we've been talking about. We talked about on Wednesday, right? And even what we looked at last night. I guess I might can work that Leviathan thing in there. This dude been kicking and screaming about all week. I'm gonna tell you something. Niggas say there's a new serpent and an old serpent. Satan in the garden was the old serpent. See, John 3 and 14. See, that's the new serpent. Sound like we got a new dummy. A new dummy. And the nigga said it with pride too. Said it with confidence like he was a real scribe. He was a real idiot. 3 and 15. Galatians. Make it 14. I'll go ahead and read 13 because I said he at the top of that ladder. Because remember, we already read a couple weeks ago in John chapter 1, he said when you shall see angels of Elohim ascending and descending on the Son of Man, right? Hamashiach have redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse for us, for it is written, cursed is everyone that hang on a tree, that the blessing of Abraham might come on the Gentiles through Yahshua Hamashiach, that we might receive the promise of the Spirit through faith. Brethren, I speak after the manner of men, though it be but a man's covenant, yet if it be confirmed, no man disannul or add thereto. Now to Abraham and to his seed were the promises made. He saith not, and to seeds as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed, which is Hamashiach. Now, it was something that we talked about on Wednesday, right? I'm going to ask y'all this again. See if you catch it. He said we were going to a land flowing with milk and honey, right? What is the significance of making a statement like that? A land flowing with milk and honey. You know what I'm saying? Sit there and really think about it. What does the milk and honey, what would that represent? I'm talking about it's not as deep as you're trying to think it. It's not. Don't try to take it too deep because it's not as deep as you might think that I'm looking for. If you say a land flowing, if you're saying a land flowing with milk and honey, that means it would be fertile. You know what I'm saying? So if it's flowing, then what does the word flowing mean? When you hear the word flowing, what you think about? Nasty nigga. Continuous stream. You over there smirking. Nasty nigga. No. You know what I'm talking about? What you putting your hand on your face for shame? I don't want to know about that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But if something flowing, that means it's continuous, right? Don't never stop going. You know what I'm saying? A flowing brook, a flowing stream, water constantly coming. Proverbs 18 and 4. This regards to the oath now, if you keep the king's commandment. What did we read in John 14 and 15 last night? What does John 14 and 15 say, John? And then he said, and after he said that, what did the Mashiach say? If you love me, keep my commandments. Then what did he say? He said, I will give you another comforter, right? Even the spirit of truth, right? So if you keep the king's commandment, this is in regard to the oath of Elohim. Let's look at Proverbs 18 and 4. Now let's see what he says. The words of a man's mouth are as deep waters, and the wellspring of wisdom is as a flowing brook. A wellspring of wisdom as a flowing brook. Now what that make you think about when you hear a wellspring of wisdom is as a flowing brook? We know 1 Corinthians tell us that Hamashiach been made wisdom unto us. The fear of Yah is beginning of what? Wisdom. And what spirit did Hamashiach have on him? What's one of the spirits he had on him according to Isaiah 11? Spirit of wisdom, right? Spirit of wisdom. You know what I'm saying? That spirit of wisdom, he say wisdom allowed man to understand the interpretation of a thing too, right? So he might be able to know what was going to happen before it happened. You know what I'm saying? Just follow him on that now. Now let's look at John chapter 4 about verse 10. Let's see what he told this Samaritan woman. Dude asked me the other day, he say, make it about verse, 10 what I want. Make it 9. Dude sit back and told me, so you believe that only, when I showed him the 3, y'all remember the 3 flocks of sheep in the book of Genesis, 29th chapter? Who in here remember that? Who on this phone remember that? Some of you know that's an old thing we spoke about. Any of y'all familiar with Genesis chapter 29? You know, in the 29th chapter of Genesis, Jacob walks up and he sees 3 flocks of sheep. And there was a well there that watered the sheep. Now, who are those 3 flocks of sheep?
Israel, Judah, and Gentile.
What'd you say, Troy?
Israel, Judah, and the Gentile.
That's Israel, that's Judah, and the Gentile. It threw the nigga from California off balance. Cause who the third? Ain't no other house of Israel. Ain't no other kingdom. So who this other flock of sheep is? That Jacob finna roll this stone away from so they can get water. Now let's sit back, because he say, so can the Gentile be saved? I say, what does the law say? Because the law just told me they can't. Because we know we go look at Luke 24, they rolled that stone away from that sepulchre. That man was gone. And Zechariah 13 said, I will open up a fountain for sin and uncleanness in Jerusalem in those days. You know what I'm talking about? And you know if that's a fountain, that means it's going to come up out of a well. And we see Jacob rolling a stone away from a well to water 3 flocks of sheep. Because the man told you in John 10 and 16, I have another flock, which is not of this fold. We know Zechariah 12 and 7 say he'll say the tents of Judah first. You know, Israel was taken captive in 722 BC by Assyria and never returned to the land. That don't mean all of them were gone. Y'all know better than that. But they never came back. You know what I'm saying? That's why he told you in John chapter 11 when Capheus was prophesying that a Mashiach had to die for the people. He said he got to gather in one all the children of Elohim that scattered abroad. Because they know those 10 tribes never came back. Ephraim didn't come back. Asher didn't come back. Naphtali didn't come back. Zebulun didn't come back. Them people left. Judah had to come back when they went captive to Babylon, because Jerusalem had to be inhabited for her Mashiach when he came. Had to be there. You know what I'm saying? For the book to be fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? So when we turn around and we see that, let's just see if Mashiach finna tell this Samaritan woman. Come ask y'all this here. Is this Samaritan woman an Israelite? And if she's not an Israelite, why not? Where can we go at to see why she's not an Israelite? Anybody in here want to take a stab at it? Nobody want to take a stab? This Samaritan woman, is she an Israelite? And if she's not an Israelite, why is she not an Israelite? According to this word now. Huh?
I said, was it Nehemiah?
Yeah, I heard y'all on the phone. Y'all good? You said it the first time. Can y'all say it again? Talking to the people in here. It's in 1 Kings 17. When we came about, when Israel came out the land, and then the lions were eating the people of the land. And the man say the people don't know the matter or the power of the land. Go get some Levites in here and teach them what to do. So when you see this Samaritan woman here and she makes statements like she's a descendant of the people in the word, is because she was taught that from her youth. They think they are part of it. That's why he told her, woman, you don't know what you worship. We know what we worship. Salvation is of the Jews, of the Yahudim. This our stuff. This ain't your stuff. I don't even know what you're talking about. But yet you still got an option to get on in. Because he finna show her. He let her know you can get in. Don't let these people tell you can't nobody else get in. They lying to you. 4 and 9. Make it 7. There came a woman of Samaria to draw water. Yahshua said unto her, give me to drink. We just went over this not too long ago. Where we see a similitude of this at. I got to make sure you remember. We're not finna go into it and look. Who was sitting at a well, wanted some water, asked a woman to give son a drink? That's not what we're looking for.
Serving the Isaac.
Abraham served it with Rebecca. What did Rebecca do?
She said, here you go, master.
Let's see what this woman do. For his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat. Then said the woman of Samaria unto him, how is it thou, being a Jew, as drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria, for the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. That lets you know she couldn't have been no Israelite. She wouldn't have made that statement. Because you know full well the Israelite ain't finna say I don't mess with another Israelite. There's only one instance you see that in the word. That's when Benjamin was around there playing with booty. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time you see that where, man, we don't fool with them niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? They were like, they took an oath. Don't nobody give your daughter to Benjamin. Them niggas smell like dookie. You know what I'm saying? But they were serious though. They were going hard. They were going hard though. You know what I'm saying? Remember, we had to show y'all that nigga talking about Israelites wasn't never homosexual. Don't let nobody tell you that lie. It's a couple kings said we got to put sodomites in the land. Them wasn't strangers in there punking. Verse 10, Yahshua answered and said unto her, if thou knew to get to Elohim and who it was that say to thee, give me to drink, thou would have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water. So he just sat back and told the woman, if you would have known who I was, you could have got everlasting life, silly nigga. That's what he just told. Let's see what else that. The woman say unto him, sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence hast thou that living water? Art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us the well and drank thereof himself and his children and his cattle? See, I'm going to tell y'all something. This how y'all supposed to feel when these Caucasians be looking you in your face talking about they father Yaakov, they father Jacob. What you mean your father? Because you have to imagine, how you think his face sitting here looking at that woman? Your father, huh? You from that line, huh? Them your people, huh? I'm talking about for real. You ain't got to be nasty with it, but it's got to be some level of contempt. What you mean? I'm from the tribe of Dan. You really is, huh? I had a dude who was for a Mormon. He said, I'm from the tribe of Ephraim. I said, man, stop lying to yourself. From no tribe of no Ephraim. So you just ran up on the Israelite. Now you mad. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about I ran him. I'm talking about bashed his whole dome in. That's what you got for knocking on my door 9 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Shaming them. You know what I'm saying? You know the Mormons like to walk around riding on that bicycle, that old plain white shirt, sweat stains all up on it. You know what I'm saying? But they'll sit back and they'll tell you that your forefathers are theirs. You know what I'm saying? It got to come a time where you ain't got to be nasty with it if you can work it in. Hold up, buddy. Hold up, buddy. Hold up, buddy. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. When you got related to them? Was there a DNA transplant I ain't know something about? Because last time I checked, open up this book, boy, you about 3-4 shades too light. Then you got Hebrew niggas that use 1 Samuel 16 and 7, don't judge on the outward appearance because he could be Israel. Man, I don't want to hear that junk, nigga. You line up with the script or on how he say how to identify Israel, more power to you. You don't line up with it, I ain't finna tell you that lie. You ain't no Israelite, nigga. Straight up. Hey, man, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I don't want y'all to be, what, you farted?
I think he's too, bro.
Hey, oh, come on, man. Got vaginal sandwiches out here like that. And he eating it slow.
You know what he been doing?
Woo-woo! Sour monkey.
You know that nigga
Pro candle liquor with the sour monkey.
Talk about, huh?
With the sour monkey. Say you done went down there, heard that tugboat say, let me say, I'm diving in though.
Head first. Too.
Head first. I ain't gonna stop nothing. Give me a gas mask.
Hey, no water wings, nigga.
Straight up.
No life jacket. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Deep sea fishing. It's all right.
Everybody supposed to be focused on the water. I'll see.
Yeah, we can't focus. He say he can't focus on it. He sells stale vagina. You know what I'm saying? But hey, in all seriousness though, you know, it seems crazy that when we tell these people we know who we are, they get offended. I want y'all to know something, that that's actually a representation of their character. And that you shouldn't feel bad about yourself if they come at you with all them emotional and manipulative attacks that they gonna come at you with. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and let them show their character. Because if the people of the book are black, and you believe the book, what difference does it make? You would roll with it. You would have a mind like Ruth. Your people are my people, your Elohim is my Elohim. You would have no problem with it. So when you show you got a problem with it, you show what's really in your heart. That, I'm going to be honest with you, it's some people out here right now that if they found out that Yahshua was black and that his people are black, they would toss the whole book away and say they don't want nothing to do with it. And say they done believe this book for 20, 30 years. I love my Jesus, Love it. They say, you know Jesus is black. He ain't my Jesus. Ain't no Negro. He ain't no Negro. Ain't no nigga. Don't you be lying on God calling out he's a nigga. You know what I'm saying? You been done broke. You been done broke it down to him. I can't serve no nigga. If I gotta go to hell because he's a nigga, I'm going to hell. I ain't messing with no nigga. Go to hell then, little buddy. You was already going. I hope to be there to cut your head off. You know what I'm talking about? Just on the simple fact you hated the Most High because he wasn't the skin tone of your forefather. This is why you hated him. Before you even got to his word, which you wasn't no band, no way. You know what I'm saying? You had a hatred of this man because he got melanine in his skin tone. God ain't no color, he clear. That's the part they kill me when they say this here. He ain't got no color, he clear. Where you read that at? Say he got a clear color. Say spirits don't got no color. But the book say his son got skin like fine brass. We done already went on how we know he looked like fine brass, and he the express image of his person. So if his son is the express image of his person, then guess what his father gonna look like? I mean, we're going to have to go with the book then. Verse 13 of John chapter 4. Yahshua answered and said unto her, whosoever drink of this water shall thirst again. But whosoever drink of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. When we sit back and we look at flowing, that be continual, right? So when we look at John 7:37, maybe it'll make a little bit more sense. Muffins. Little muffins. Oh, you like this here, Liz? Say you better break bread, Fred. Leah done took the whole bag. John 7:37. In the last day, that great day of the feast, Yahshua stood and cried, if any man thirst, let him come unto me and drink. He that believe on me, as the scripture hath said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. But this spake he of the Spirit, which they that believe on him should receive, for the Ruach HaKodesh was not yet given, because that Yahshua was not yet glorified. So if he say out of your belly gonna flow rivers of living water, then what would that mean for us then? That would mean there's a wellspring of wisdom then in it. That means if it's a land flowing with milk and honey, that means this is a fertile land that can continually reproduce, which means it's a continual spirit, steady going. Even when we look at when he hit the rock with his staff, when Moses did that, that was perpetual water coming out of that rock, never ceasing. You know what I'm saying? So when we turn around seeing 7:37, now when we sit back and we look at the land being a land flowing with milk and honey, right? We got to tie all this stuff into what we were looking at on Wednesday, on Sunday we were looking at. Let's go back to Numbers 13 and 27. We still holding Ecclesiastes chapter 8 though. We're going to get back to it. Oh, that's Deuteronomy. Numbers 13:27. Make it 26, pardon me. 13:26. We got to remember, right? The land is also symbolic of a Mashiach. You know what one of the laws? You know what one of the laws is? You can never sell this land. It is mine forever. You are sojourners with me. You know what I'm saying? And what did them people turn around and do? They sold a Mashiach for 30 pieces of silver. Broke the law, didn't even know it. You sold the land, dummy. You know what I'm talking about? Then we got to sit back and look at it. Are we coming to dwell with a Mashiach, or is a Mashiach coming to dwell with us? We going to dwell with him. We looked at that on last night. His request was that we be made perfect in one to dwell in him, which means a place was prepared for his wife. I got somewhere for my wife to dwell at. I got a land for her. You sojourn with me. I don't sojourn with you. Matter of fact, hold this Numbers 13. Hebrews chapter 10. That's right. That's real, right? That's right, though. The wife go with the husband. The husband don't go with the wife. That's why he say, you sojourners with me. I don't live with you. You live with me. 10 and 20 and 20. Make it 19. Having therefore, brethren, boldness to enter into the Kodesh by the blood of Yahshua, by a new and living way, which he have consecrated for us through his flesh, through the veil, pardon me, that is to say, his flesh, and having a high priest over the house of Elohim, let us draw near with a true heart and full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure water. You see, they say to have boldness to enter into the inner sanctum. Because he talking about the Kodesh of the Kodesh, that inner sanctum in the temple. Whose house is that? Is it the house of Israel or is it the house of Yah? That's Yah's house. Remember what you come back to Numbers 13. Remember what we looked at last night in Jeremiah 7? The temple of Yah. The temple of Yah are these. If you amend your ways. If you execute judgment, if you don't commit adultery, if you don't follow other gods to your herd, that means you can dwell in my son. I got a place for you. You ain't got no place for me. Who gave you that land? Did you get that land or did Yah give it to you? Who gave you a Mashiach? Did you give him to yourself or did the Father give him to you? That man say, abide in me and I in you. Say, abide in me and I in you. That means you got to come live with me then. That means the whole land of Israel is symbolic to him, and these niggas want to make it African. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, that's not African, you idiot. You know what I'm talking about? This place, this set apart ground. You gotta set that place apart from anything on the face of this earth. You gotta set that apart from ain't a place on this earth compared to it. Man, that land ain't all that, because we ain't there. You got people who'll say that land ain't all that, but everybody want it though. Everybody want it though. Everybody want to be in it, but it ain't about nothing. Can you imagine, man, them people sit back and we go in there, what that land gonna do? Because he said right now the land ain't gonna do what it do, because we not there. It's not gonna do what it do. We not there. It can do a little something. But that man said, I made that land give you much more. He said it flow with milk and honey. That means that's fertile soil. That's fertile soil. 26, Numbers 13. 26 verse 13 chapter, book of Numbers. And they went and came to Moses and to Aaron and all the congregation of the children of Israel to the wilderness of Paran to Kadesh, and brought back word unto them and unto all the congregation, and showed them the fruit of the land. And they told him and said, we come into the land whither thou sent us. Surely it flow with milk and honey. This is the fruit of it. How did these people turn back around? Of course they didn't present it to Moses or Mashiach in this instance. How did they show the fruit of the land then? The mic went hard. How did they show the fruit of the land? How was that done? Let's look at Acts chapter 10, about verse 33. This also dealing with the fruits of the Spirit at the same time. Because when we sitting around and we walk around in this earth living, we ought to show the fruit of the land. Hamashiach is the first fruits. We supposed to be dwelling in that vine of that same seed. Remember, the tree after his own kind, bring forth fruit after his own kind. We supposed to be showing the fruit of the land. Every time people see us, they ought to see him. And every single solitary thing that you do. Acts 10 and 33. You know what has to happen for a land to bring forth fruit, right? Seed got to fall in the ground, right? And it's got to die. But what do seeds need to be cultivated, though? They need water. That's going to be important in a moment.
Sunlight.
See sunlight too?
Sunlight.
Yeah. You all right? Need sunlight too? You had to throw that in there, but how would you throw that in there with bass in your voice? Need sunlight. Nigga said, who you, Elmo?
What I thought it was? Well, that's real. Coming like, you know what I'm saying? Like, coming like, tickle me Elmo. You know what I'm saying?
Is that thunder?
Look like poke that nigga and stuff. Peanut butter. Look like a sock puppet, nigga. He said that every week, bro. Come on.
That's the first time I heard that one.
You wouldn't be listening, so therefore it's new.
I nigga said a sock puppet. So you like hands up your butt, huh? Now that white man already told you. No, I had to get him on that one there because he keep wanting me to go in there and get a prostate exam. That's where that comes from.
That age, you know what I'm saying? He got that age.
He said, I thought that was 40. Shoot, I know what age it is.
He tried to slide one ring. That is scared.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what ages is. It's never. It's never. I tell you this here. I bet our forefathers ain't never let nobody stick no finger in their booty talking about checking no prostate. Whoa, whoa. He said he wasn't doing. Nobody wasn't sticking him. He was sticking. 10 and 33 acts. You got you a peach one, huh? 820. That nigga around there, they say, you poured out all my soda. Mouth said, that stuff was calling me. I had to pour it down the drain. Mouth said, I went and took that sip of that soda. It was too hard. I had to pour it out of here. Can't have that stuff in here with me and my baby. Nigga say, Mouth said, that like a nigga like this here, you know I just stopped smoking crack last week.
You gonna leave the cookie right on
the counter? You gonna leave the cookie right on the counter?
Talking about you going to the stove.
I took it, hit it with too strong. I had to flush it down the toilet. I thought the police would come. Whole time, that cookie in the closet.
That was 14,000 on the cookie.
That cookie was in the closet. You like this here, she hid that soda. She just told you she poured it down the drain. She got a little mini cooler somewhere. It's all right. Which one of you niggas went and ate all them pancakes the other day?
Well, I wanted to. I got off too late.
Got off too late? I know you went to Krispy. You went to Krispy Kreme yesterday, didn't you? They said they had buy one, get one free. You went and got you a couple dozen donuts, didn't you?
No, buy one, get one, 59 cents, something like that.
Either way it go, that's good enough.
Look out. You know, she don't want to.
Mouse said, and Mouse ate all 24. Kingston say, Mom, donut. What?
What you talking about?
What you doing? Mom, donut.
What you talking about?
You know how you go, that nigga like this here, Mom, donut.
Hey, she said I was Langston though.
No, she say like about 3 up.
About 3 up.
About 3 up. Yeah, he can't get but 3. She said, I love you, I don't love you that much. I get the other 21. Niggas say Kingston can't even get a half a donut.
Nobody look like a donut. That's why they can't.
Whoa!
Oh,
Hey, he throwing them hard. I say, keep talking about it. You gonna see me after class, nigga. So you'll see me in the hall, we be at the playground 3 o'clock. So come on, y'all. Add 10 and 33. They ain't got no sense. You gotta pray for them. Immediately, therefore, I sent to thee, and thou well done, and thou art come. Now, therefore, we all here present before Elohim to all the things that are commanded thee of Elohim. Immediately, therefore, I sent unto thee. Then Peter opened his mouth and said, of a truth, I perceive that Elohim is no respecter of persons. This still tied in what we were talking about Genesis 29 and John. If he's no respecter of persons, and Cornelius was an Israelite, why would he make this statement? That doesn't even make sense. We know the law saying Deuteronomy 10 and 17, Yah is no respecter of persons. That's the law. These niggas expect Yah to go against his own law. That's how it happens to you. That's how it happens. Listen what he say. But in every nation. So what does the word nation mean, gentlemen? I'm not sure. I ain't too literate. Anybody know what nation mean? I'm not too smart.
Nationality.
I'm serious. Anybody know what it means? Any of y'all in here know what nation means? Nobody? I'm trying. I need somebody to help me out. Families, right? Bloodline, right? That's what Acts 17 say, don't it? He created all the families of the earth, or all the nations of the earth, made them of one blood. So if he said every nation, I think that means everybody then. Because the law say, the oath say that all the nations of the earth shall be blessed because of this oath if they keep the king's commandment. Hey, what we know though? All we just do is look to see what the book say. I don't know. He say, but in every nation he that fear him and work righteousness is accepted with him. The word which Elohim sent unto the children of Israel, preaching peace. By Yahshua HaMashiach, he is Lord of all. That word I say you know, which was published throughout all Judea, and began from Galilee after the baptism which John preached, how Elohim anointed Yahshua of Nazareth with the Ruach HaKodesh and with power, who went about doing good and healing all that were oppressed of the devil, for Elohim was with him, and we are witnesses of all things which he did, both in the land of the Jews and in Jerusalem, whom they slew and hanged on a tree. Him Elohim raised up the third day and showed him openly, not to all the people, but unto witnesses chosen before of Elohim, even to us, who did eat and drink with him after he rose him from the dead. That sounds like to me they went and got the fruit of the land and say, see, here it is right here. Because he the first fruits of them that slept, right? That means when they ran up to that sepulchre to search the land, they remember we looked at the scene. He sent people to go search the land, right? One came back and say, Peter them were like, man, I don't know. John came back and said, yeah, that's a bet. I believe. Just like when we looked in there on Wednesday, what? They came, one group say, man, the fruit good. Other people said, no. No. It's giants in the land. No. Same thing. You know what I'm talking about? They came back and say, here go the fruit of the land, man. We can overcome. 1 John 5 and 4. Yes, sir. Make it verse 3. 1 John 5 and 3. First John 5 and 3. For this is the love of Elohim, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. For whatsoever is born of Elohim overcome the world. And this is the victory that overcome the world, even our faith. Who is he that overcome the world? But he that believes that Yahshua is the son of Elohim, which is keeping the king's commandment in regard to the oath of Elohim. Because when you dwell in the Son, then you therefore dwell in the Father, and therefore you have eternal life, and you have right to the inheritance to enter into the land. Because we know Revelation 21 and 7 say, he that overcometh, he shall be my son, and I will be his father, and he will inherit all things. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. The son abide in the house forever, which who take us back to who? Isaac. And he gave everything he had to Isaac because he was the son of the promise, because of the king's commandment, because Yah told him, you'll have a son around the time of life. And he'll be an heir in your household. And everything you got, you're going to give it to him. You know what I'm saying? So then you got to sit back, turn around, and look at that. Because basically, Isaac would be the fruit of the land or the fruit of Sarah's womb. You know what I'm talking about? We're looking at the land of Israel. HaMashiach is the fruit of that land. He is the vine that brings fruit unto itself, as Hosea told us. You know what I'm saying? So then we had to sit back and look at that. What's able to bring that fruit out of the land? Remember, he said, where the king's word is, there's power, right? But we're going to come back to that. Because we need to look at something else. Tie all this stuff in. Come back to Ecclesiastes chapter 8. Tie all this stuff in. Because that thing was been on me. That just had me tripping. How a nigga gonna open up his mouth and say he can get up when he get ready? They pass crazy. That's certified stupid. I don't even think it's enough adjectives in the dictionary to describe that level of stupidity. Yeah, they got a disorder. It's called sin and deceitfulness. A hard heart. They don't believe the word. That's their disorder. That's their disorder. You don't believe y'all word. What other disorder you got? You know what I'm saying? Well, sit back and look at that. And as I mentioned that, we can't get caught up in these niggas so dumb, and then we living dumb. Because they thinking dumb. So you know they can't live right. They think a grown man gonna get up out the grave on his own accord. We gonna come back, maybe look at verse 5, but I want you to look at verse 6. Ecclesiastes. 8th chapter. Because to every purpose there is time and judgment. Therefore the misery of man is great upon him. For he know not what shall be, for who can tell him when it shall be. Why is that important? And while you're thinking on that, think on this. There is no man that have power over the spirit to retain the spirit. Neither have he power in the day of death. There is no discharge in that war. Neither shall the wickedness deliver those that are given to it. So now, there's a purpose for time and judgment. So the misery of man is great on him. He doesn't know when that will be. Who can tell him? Why is that important? Anybody want to take a crack at it? Anybody want to take a crack at it? Let's look at, let's look at John 13:1. He knew it was time. There's a time and judgment. Right? How many times did the Mashiach look? What did he tell his mama in John chapter 2? Woman, it's not my hour yet. How many times did he tell his disciples that? It's not my time. That means he knew time and judgment. Let's look at John 13:1. Let's just see what it says. Now before the feast of the Passover, when Yahshua knew that his hour was come. Hold up, he knew his hour was coming. That's what it sounds like. But what did Solomon just say? Well, let's see what he said. Let me see what he said. He just said that no man know, for he know not that which shall be. Who can tell him? He said that every purpose there's time of judgment. Therefore the misery of man is great upon him. He don't know when that time will be. Who tell? Well, how did Hamashiach know then? Who told him? Well, we know from the chapter right above it, he said, my Father gave me a commandment what I should say and what I should speak. And I know his commandment is life everlasting. That's John 13:1. Now before the feast of the Passover, when Yahshua knew that his hour was come, that he should depart out of this world unto the Father, having loved his own which were in the world, and he loved them unto the end. And the supper being ended, the devil having now put into the heart of Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, to betray him. Yahshua, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hands, and that he would come from Elohim, and went to Elohim. Do y'all remember what we just looked at in the last couple weeks? If he knew all things of the Father and all things were given into his hand, what did we look at not too long ago to see a similitude of that? When Moses talked to Joshua and he told Moses, write it in the book and rehearse it in his ears. Tell it to him. You know what I'm saying? So the man who was giving Israel rest, the word was rehearsed in his ear. He knew it. You know what I'm saying? When we look at a Mashiach in Psalms 40, what it say about him? Lo, I come in the volume of the book. It's written of me to do thy will, O my Elohim, and thy law is written in my heart. That means the word in me. How was it written in my heart? It was given to me before I got here. What did he tell Ezekiel? Open your mouth and eat this roll. And it's filled with woe and lamentation. And speak everything that I say. If it's filled with woe and lamentation, that means it's filled with destruction. So when you already sit back and seeing that, Hamashiach already knew before he came. He knew his time. He knew his hour. 18th chapter of John. So when we look at that, Hamashiach, because he asking the question, how can he know it? That's what Solomon was basically doing. He was asking the question. He say, because to every purpose there's time and judgment, the misery of man is great upon him, for he know not what shall be, for who can tell him? So guess what? Hamashiach had to know what was going to be because his father told him. His father told him. Remember, he's slain from the foundation of the world. What he kept telling his apostles, how else would the scriptures be fulfilled unless this happened? Well, matter of fact, look what we looked at last night. I asked y'all this again because I got y'all in front of me. How many of y'all ever thought about why that man told his disciples if they didn't have a sword, go get one? Sell everything they got and go get one? Did y'all ever think about why he said that? And then what you always hear niggas say, that's why you need to go buy your gun. He told you, just go get your gun. Nobody ever sit back and wonder, why did Peter got a sword on his side? Because the first 3 accounts, it don't mention that it was Peter who had it. It said one who was with him. Then John mentioned that was Peter had the sword. Then we turn around and look at, it's written. Because the builders got to have the sword girded on their side. So it would make perfect sense when the Mashiach finna get ready to die and I'm about to go back to my place, that I would sit back and tell my workers, make sure when you building on this house, you gird yourself with this sword now, like Nehemiah told you. Because remember when Nehemiah said that to you? See, I'm Nehemiah. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm the ruler of Judah. See, I'm Nehemiah. Or when I say this here, see, I'm Abraham. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm Jacob. See, I'm Isaac. See, when they hit me in my side, I'm Abner. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm the king of Ai when they hung me up on the tree. You know what I'm saying? I'm Adam. I'm Eve. I'm Seth. I'm Noah. You know what I'm saying? I'm all these people. So I got to know time and judgment. I got to know what I'm supposed to do, when I'm supposed to do it, how it's supposed to be done, and I know how much time I got. Because he told them the time coming where the night coming, no man can work. Told the disciples, my time period is short. He already watched the movie. Why? Because my witness is in heaven and my record is on high. I know what I'm coming to do. You don't know what you got to do. He said, I got to work that must be work. You know what I'm saying? We'll go back what we were talking about last night. We got to work that must be worked. When Nehemiah was building on that wall, they say, come down here to us. Shoot, nigga, I'm doing a great work. I can't come down there and holler at you, nigga. You're going to have to come up here. You're going to have to come up to the heavens. I ain't going down to the earth. You know what I'm saying? You got to come. You like this here. You down here carnal. Looking at me talking about come down here with me. I'm looking at you like, shh, better come up here, nigga. I'm scared of heights. Guess you're going to hell then. You know what I'm saying? Guess you're going to hell then. All right, you sit back and look at it. When we sit back and look at it, that's what I'm sitting there telling you, man. You don't have to be nasty and condescending to people. But you just sit back and look at it. I can't come down to you, bro. Either you going to come up here where I'm at, or I just can't fool with you. Because I ain't coming down there where you at. I've been down there. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I came up here, man. I got all things. I'm riding upon high places with Yahshua HaMashiach being fed with the heritage of my father Jacob. I'm straight. I'm going to stay up here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting back looking at everything in my life and been elevated. My standard been elevated. My spirit been elevated. And if y'all see fit, my wealth can be elevated. Whether it be spiritually or economically. Whatever I'm doing and y'all can be elevated if I walk with the Lord. What I'm going to come down here and holler at you for? What type of sense that make? I'm finna come up top. I'm going to come from the bottom. Go up top. Come back down to the bottom. I might well just shoot myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to be stupid. Because I already done been there. Man, that man done talked about this plenty of time. Man, what I look like going back to the street selling dope after I had done tasted that there, that's insane. That's insane. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way in the world I sit back and look at that and be like, I'm going back to that. I already know what I'm going to get. I already been to prison. You know what I'm saying? I already got peers smoking crack. Niggas is dead. Niggas is still out here selling the same rocks to the same smokers, making the same money. And I'm going to go back and do that again. Buying weed from the same niggas, talking about the same junk. I'm good. I'm good. To hear about it, yeah, man, you know, such and such got locked up the other day. Boy, yeah, man, Vice came through the projects the other day. Man, I don't care nothing about that, my nigga. Niggas say, I'm out here pimping hoes now. Man, do something with your life. You know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff, because you know we run across. I'm just saying, I'm pimping hoes, boy, I'm hustling hard. Nigga, it's over with. The hustle been dead, man. You ain't had weight. If you didn't have weight for 2003, boy, you was over with. It's done. You know what I'm saying? It's over with. You ain't finna do nothing but make crumbs, man. And I'm going to go back to that. You know what I'm saying? You sit back, look at that. That's just going to happen, man. You come in this word, man, you're going to leave people behind. You're going to outgrow people. It ain't nothing personal. I see you. It's still love. You know what I'm talking about? You my nigga. On fool with you like that, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? On fool with you like that, bro. Because I can't go to hell fooling with you. Just like I told you last night, do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. What agreement does Hamashiach have with Belial? What agreement does light have with darkness? That means if you agreeing with it, that means it can't mean but one thing. You are Belial, you are of darkness, you are an idol. Come see and tell you. Nehemiah say, I ain't coming down, bro. I'm performing a great work. You got to look at these niggas. Man, you can't, man, I'm working a great work. What type of work you working? Saving my soul, nigga. Greatest endeavor I ever embarked on. What you mean? Oh, man, you tripping. I know it. I'm trying to trip right in y'all's kingdom. I can't talk. I don't know what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? See, some of y'all different than me. I ain't got no problem telling a nigga, nah, bro. Nah, I'm good. I done sit back and told you, man, they know, man, all the niggas who we grew up, they don't even say nothing to me. Them niggas see me in public. Bro, let me get your number, I'ma call you. Nigga, know he capping. You know you not finna call me. You know how many times I've been in public, see one of my homeboys, nigga, I seen Lil Travari. This nigga done did it 3 times. Let me get your number, bro. I'ma call you. Remember Lil Travari, man? Around that Spring Park, man. 3 times. The nigga work for Budweiser. You know what I'm saying? See him in the store dropping off his bill. I'ma call you, bro. Come on, my nigga. Why you even did that, man? Just say what's happening. Wow, good to see you. Keep it moving. You gotta cap me up with all that there. I'ma call you. Cause I know you're not gonna call me. Cause you know me. You know full well, man, you can't call me with that nonsense. I ain't with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, niggas size y'all with that stuff because you either entertain it or you go around there with them. You know what I'm saying? Nigga ain't gonna size you with that stuff, man. Oh, it's only 1/3 of the option. They don't respect what you talking about at all. And if a nigga ain't respecting what you talking about, man, it just better serve you don't call me no more. It just better serve I don't fool with you no more. I ain't fooling with a nigga ain't respecting my gangster on what I'm doing. Cause I shouldn't have to tell you, but one time I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? Both of us were like that. He used to voice it more. Nigga, I tell you no, I meant that the first time. And no matter how many times you ask me, the answer's still gonna be no. So when you keep asking me over and over again, you are showing a complete and total lack of respect for me as a man. How can I tolerate dealings with somebody who is showing total lack of respect for me as a man? I'm not gonna tolerate that. I wouldn't care who it was. I can't fool with you, man. Nigga, you gotta respect me the first time. You know what I'm saying? I told you no the first time. Why you can't respect me on that? You know what I'm saying? You gotta ask me again. So you gonna bully me to get me to do what you want me to do. See, I got a trick for a nigga like you. You start seeing me walk away, and you'll never see me again. You know what I'm saying? That time I was at my homeboy Tiger House, and that white boy kept putting that bill, talking about, you want some? I'm like, hold up, Cracker. I done told you 3 times I don't snort cocaine. You put that bill in my face one more time, and you're going to be snorting it out the fibers in this carpet. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, Liz.
Cause I'm a peaceful dude now, but now I feel like you're trying me. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm going to have to show you. And if we got to bump over your little bit of cocaine, we can bump then. But you're not going to try me like this one more time, though. You know what I'm saying? It's serious, like, man, you ain't got to be no fighter, stuff like that, man. But if you're a humble dude and you done told somebody one time no, and they keep coming to you, that begins to get you heated because you're not respecting me. Now that you're not respecting me, I'm beginning to get offended. And now I'm beginning to get offended. Now I'm beginning to get enraged. And now I want to take out that rage upon your face. But I know I can't do that. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave you alone. Walk away. That's the best thing to do. So when it come down to these sinners who steady coming at you, trying to get you to do stuff, and you telling them no, and you telling them no, and they still coming, they're trying to get the scissors out. I'll show you better than I can tell you. You been done called, man, I called that nigga the number different, nigga inboxing you. I called your phone the other day, I don't know what happened. I'm coming right there to the house, I moved. Where you stay at? I don't remember the address. I can't remember it offhand.
A whole bunch of lies, huh?
Maybe like I said I can't remember it offhand. Shoot, I ain't lying to you. If you say I just called your phone and I say I don't know what happened, hey, I don't know what happened when you called it. Tell me about it.
You know what happened.
Tell me about it. I'm just saying, I don't know what happened on your end. You just say I called your phone. What happened? I don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it open end. I'm keeping it neutral. We can go either way with it. I keep it open. You know what I'm saying? I could be outright raw with it. I changed my number, nigga. I ain't want you to have it. I'm trying to spare your feelings a little bit. I ain't got no problem hitting you with that though. I changed my number, my nigga. I don't want you to have it. I ain't finna tell you that much. I changed my number. I don't want you to have it, sir. What you mean you don't want me to have it? What do you not understand from the speech that just came out of my mouth? I didn't want you to have it. Take it how you want it. You know what I'm saying? That's a hard thing for people to do. I ain't got no problem with it. I ain't finna let a nigga take me down. We were doing that young, boy. When we peep one out, boy, that nigga that full of crap, boy. I ain't messing with that nigga like that. I see that nigga, it's all love. I'm talking about young, man. Oh, no, bro, you ain't finna take me down. Know that nigga wild, like to go to the club, do time. I ain't going to the club, that nigga ain't gonna get me shot. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna go, man. That nigga like to rob and steal. I ain't rolling that nigga. Nigga ain't gonna be shooting at me because I'm with him, because he done broken a nigga out. Nigga around here doing what, being like Tyrone, talking about he want to have sex with somebody wild. Nigga ain't finna gun me down because I'm with him. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened to you though. I'm telling you, my homeboy got did like that. He was with a nigga who liked to rob, nigga named Francis. Nigga jumped out on him, say, nigga, you remember me, nigga? And nigga like, what, nigga, I don't know you. And they said, you remember me, nigga? Remember when you broke in my house? Bow. I say, boy, you could have got killed messing with this nigga. Because you with him. Nigga didn't want no problem with Smiley. You just was with a nigga who did some foul stuff. That's the same way you got to look at it if you rolling with sinners, boy, and the Lord come around, boy, you going to catch the same thing they catch. Because you with him. Because you with him. He ain't going to sit back and look at, oh, well, that's one of mine, and he a sinner. Shoot, you with him, you a sinner too. Kill them all. You know what I'm saying? We got book for that. We done been through it before. Kill them all. Kill them all. That's why he said, when you kill the righteous with the wicked, yeah, I'm going to kill all of them. Because you shouldn't have been with them. Ain't that tell it gonna come out, we live, them niggas in there having a live conference. You know what I'm saying? Why don't mess with you Ethiopian niggas now? Now where she from? She somewhere from over there, I don't know. John 18 and 34, 35. That's how it happens to you. Pilate answered, am I a Jew? Thy own nation and the chief priests have delivered thee unto me. What hast thou done? Yahshua answered, my kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jews. But now is my kingdom not from him. Pilate therefore said unto him, art thou a king then? Listen what he told him, right? Because he said it's good for you to listen to the king's commandment in regard to the oath of Elohim, right? Yahshua answered, thou say that I'm a king, so nigga, you know I'm one. Remember I keep telling you, when somebody come to you and you done made a statement, and they be like, is you talking about me? You said it, nigga. You know I'm talking about you then. If that's what you said, then yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Straight up. Because a lot of times people be like, man, you talking about me? You wasn't talking about them, but since you felt like I was, then yeah, I was, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I done seen niggas get beat up behind that. Niggas say something, was you talking about me, nigga? Well, act like I was talking about you then. Because I ain't put no address on it, but since you went ahead and got the envelope, I'm going to write it on you. You know what I'm saying? Now you come over here and get damaged up. Straight up, though. Well, sometimes, boy, it did better serve, man. I'm telling you, man, 99.9% of the time, boy, nigga, go ahead and put your name on it. So when you been done opened your mouth up, you done convicted yourself. I tell y'all about that all the time. When he said, are you a king? He said, you say I am. So guess what that means? You know I'm a king, nigga. Ask me them stupid questions. He said, Yahshua answered, thou say that I am a king. To this end was I born, and for this cause came I into the world, that I should bear witness unto the truth. Everyone that is of the truth, hear my voice. Those who are the kings, who regard the oath of Elohim, and take heed to the commandment of the king, and the counsel to obey him, they gonna hear him. You know that go back to everyone that's of the truth hear my voice. Everyone that's of Abraham gonna hear my voice. Everyone that's of the seed of the promise gonna hear my voice. Everyone that is of Elohim is gonna hear my voice. He said, you hear me not, because you're not of Elohim. You're not of God. That's why you don't hear me. You wonder why people don't latch on to this stuff and they don't hear it, they don't catch it. They not of God. That's why. You know what I'm saying? That's why. There's no magical explanation. Listen to the man what he told you. Everyone that is of the truth hear my voice. What is the truth? The law is the truth. Yahshua HaMashiach is the truth. He's the law made flesh. That means Ephesians chapter 1 verse 4. That means everyone that's of him gonna hear him. If you're not of him, how you expect to hear him? It's not for you. That's why he say, he that have an ear, let him do what? Let him hear. So all intents and purposes, everyone that's of the truth, let him hear the truth then. This going back to, he said, for this cause was I born, and for this cause I came in the world, meaning I know my end. I know when it's going to happen, I know time, and I know judgment. You understand what I'm saying? We already know from Matthew 26, the man said he was exceedingly sorrowful, even unto death. So the misery upon him was there because he knew the time and the judgment. Make it 3. Ephesians 1 and 3. I got something else that's rotating in my mind. I got to get that too before we get out of here. Blessed be the Elohim and Father of our Lord Yahshua HaMashiach, who have blessed us with all spiritual blessings in heavenly places in Mashiach, according as he have chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be Kodesh and without blame before him in love. So if everyone that's of the truth hear his voice, and Solomon say, I counsel thee to keep the king's commandment in regard to the oath of Elohim, that's showing you right there, you were chosen to love the Most High without sin before the world war. He gave you an ear to hear it. You know what I'm saying? You sit back and look at it. Ain't none of us was living our whole life where we were taught this from the womb.
Could you all keep it down a little bit? I'm hearing you back in my office, and there's not supposed to be any food here.
All right.
Okay, no food, no crackers, please. Thank you.
I made him mad too. I was about to say something. I thought he was going to say something.
I let her live. No, because that's not the first time she done came in here and said that. You know what I'm saying? They can't hear him over there. No, I'm talking about in her office. This is not the first time she done came and said that. But she'll be all right, though. You don't say something to us about not eating and hear them African people had their place in here smelling like toe jams and mothballs and had food everywhere. You know what I'm talking about? But they'll be all right, though. But nevertheless, you sit back and look at it. Ain't none of us in here, the only people who really done in here that done heard this word from the time they came out the womb are these babies in here. You know what I'm saying? With probably an exception to Kingston. Because he ain't here from the time he came out the womb. You know what I'm saying? Them 3 done heard it since they came out the womb. Lil Mike pretty much been hearing it since he came out the womb. But none of us came up hearing any of this coming out the womb. You know what I'm saying? We hit adulthood before you heard it. Which means allowing him, for you to be allowed to hear it, that means the Most High had to give you an ear to hear it. He had to give you an ear to hear it. Everybody don't have an ear to hear the word. I'm going to tell you all these niggas got an ear for. We Israel, we going to get the kingdom. That's all they got an ear for. You know what I'm saying? They don't actually got an ear for the word. They actually don't have a love for the word. They actually don't have a desire to keep the word. They actually don't have an ear to believe the word, to trust the word, and to stand on the word no matter what they would experience. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be some stuff you're going to have to deal with a few things. That's why he say the trial of your faith is more precious than gold. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these brothers, man, they go to getting tried by their word, man. Them niggas don't stand too long. Man, everybody want this thing to be easy. You know what I'm saying? Most Israelites, man, when they started dealing with this thing, they, oh, this thing hard. But nigga, all you talk about is don't eat pork and keep the Sabbath. What's hard about that? You know what I'm saying? You got niggas who be sitting there. I'll never forget when I seen that nigga say, we got to become experts in the mysteries of God. And the nigga still stupid. The nigga had a real live video series on it. And then talk about a Mashiach and one of them. All these niggas want to worry about is where giants come from. You know what I'm saying? Myth stuff that don't even really matter. Stuff that can really be explained in 5-10 minutes. You got niggas talking about 2 serpents, 2 Lucifers. Where you get 2 Lucifers from? You know what I'm saying? Niggas arguing about where would Cain's wife and family come from. Ask the Lord, maybe he'll tell you, because the book don't tell you. So it's got to be people come before Adam then. I'm going to let you have that. You know what I'm saying? Because they say the first Adam is a similitude of the second Adam. So if you tell me it's somebody before the first Adam, then you telling me it's somebody before Yahshua. I'm going to let you have that. I'm going to let you have that. I'm not finna get into you with that. Because simple fact though, he don't tell me where these people come from. But who are they that he said will slay him? You know what I'm saying? Well, we already done been through that. We know Cain in that instance is similar to the Mashiach, but that's neither here nor there. Because guess what Cain knew? The misery was upon him and he knew time and judgment. You know what I'm saying? He knew he ought to be slave for what he did. He just didn't know when that day was going to come. You know what I'm saying? But that's people for you. Verse 5 though, Ephesians 1. He said, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahshua HaMashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will, to the praise of the glory of his grace, wherein he hath made us accepted in the beloved. He made us accepted in the beloved because of what? Verse 7, in whom we have redemption through his blood, the forgiveness of sins according to the riches of his grace. So when we turn around and we sit back and look at it, because that Yahshua took heed to the king's commandment, being his father's commandment to lay his life down, right? Right? He was able to keep the regard of the oath of Elohim that the father made to Abraham and to Isaac and to Jacob. It's 2 other places in this book where oath is mentioned. He made the oath to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Who else did he make an oath to? He made one to David, right? And he made another oath. Where was the other place where he swore on his name to do something for somebody? Or to do something to somebody? That too, but we ain't looking for that. He said he made a. He said, "I've sworn forever, but thou shalt be a priest forever, after the order of Melchizedek." Because you got to remember to keep the king's commandments in regard to the oath. Because he also said in Psalms, look at Psalms 89 and 26. See, when he swore to them forever, they didn't keep the king's commandment. You know, that's a hard thing for the Most High to say, I swear on my name, I'm going to kill you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he mean it. He swear on his name, I swear on my name, you will not enter into this place. Basically, to break it on down so you can really care. I swear on my name, I'm going to kill you, nigga. Boy, you good as dead, boy. As soon as the sun shine, boy, you dead. I need to say, get off of me. Psalm 89, 26. He shall cry unto me. Hush, boy. Thou art my father, my Elohim, and the rock of my salvation. I also will make him my firstborn higher than the kings of the earth. My mercy will I keep for him forevermore, and my covenant shall stand fast with him. His seed also will I make to endure forever, and his days and his throne as the days of heaven. If his children forsake my law and walk not in my judgments, if they break my statutes and keep not my commandments, then I will visit their transgressions with the rod and their iniquity with stripes. They visited Yahshua with the rod, didn't they? By his stripes we were healed, one. Because we forsook his law, we broke his statute, so he beat him, didn't he? He said, nevertheless, my loving kindness will I not utterly take from him, nor suffer my faithfulness to fail. For my covenant will I not break, nor after the thing that is gone out of my lips. Once have I sworn by my Kodesh that I will not lie unto David. His seed shall endure forever, and his throne as the sun before me. So he swore to David, I'm going to set a man on that throne. What did he tell David? He said, if your son walk in my statutes and my commandment, I'm put him on the throne. He going to reign forever then. And these niggas thought that was about Solomon. Because what we know what Luke chapter 1 tells us. He shall be called what? Well, let's look at Luke 1 and 31. Now, nobody don't know what he was going to be called. That was kind of easy. I kind of set that up for you then. Luke 1 and 31. And behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb and bring forth a son. Thou shalt call his name Yahshua. He shall be great and shall be called the Son of the Highest. And Yah Elohim shall give unto him the throne of his father David, and he shall reign over the house of Jacob forever, and of his kingdom there shall be no end. Now this is before the boy was even born. So you got to know that. So you got to know Hamashiach already knew everything. Everything that was written. So he already knew what was going to happen to him. What did he tell the disciple when he rose from the dead? Ought not Hamashiach has suffered these things to enter into his glory? And then beginning at Moses and all the prophets, he expounded unto them the things in the scriptures concerning himself. How else would he be able to sit down and show them the whole book was about him if he didn't know it already? You know what I'm saying? How can he look his disciples in the face in the 26th chapter of the book of St. Matthew and about the 33rd or 34th verse, and he tell them, this night all y'all shall be offended in me. Smite the shepherd and the sheep shall scatter, if he didn't already know what was going to happen? How would he be able to tell his disciples, he that eat bread with me shall lift up his heel, if he didn't already know what was going to happen? I already know what's going to happen to me. We already know what's going to happen to us. We either going to endure all the way to the end and be here when he get alive, or the devil going to cast some of us to prison. Some of us going to be killed, but endure to the end and you'll receive a crown of life. Because that's the only thing that's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Or you're going to fall off from the word and you're going to die before that. Because that's our only two options. We either going to endure to the end till these people kill us, or we going to endure to the end till he get here. Either way it go, we got to stand on the word either way. You know, a lot of brothers look at it enduring to the end totally different than what it actually means. It means enduring temptation, resisting sin for the majority of for the entire time you are in this flesh. He say, blessed is he that endureth temptation. So enduring to the end, what did he tell his disciples? Look at Luke 22. Look what he told his disciples. Since we talking about temptation, after this Lamentations 4 and 2, I still got to deal with that water and them cisterns and that well brook. Because you kind of get something to put water in. I don't know what it is you go get put water in. But you like to put your water in.
Bottle.
Like a bottle. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What kind of bottle?
Strictly bottle.
It seems like... All right now, no need to keep on shaking us, so you're disturbing me. Luke 22 was the first.
Somebody has some bad experiences.
Yeah, shoot. Walk around the corner, see old nasty nigga killing himself. That's the last thing you want to see.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Like you say, it was a good morning. And your saggy scrotum's not going to change that. It was a good morning. You around here killing yourself is not going to change that. I'm telling you, it's some nasty niggas in there though. Hey, it was funny to me though. Only because I just recently seen it, so it's fresh for me. It's fresh for me. Y'all niggas didn't walk in the bathroom thinking you just finna urinate and there's a grown man here standing butt bookie naked, juking on the floor. Nigga sliding back and forth on his clock.
You know what he did, right? Stripped down and got with him.
But look here, but you got the naked man dance. So who been dancing with naked niggas?
I think I'm here, nigga. I dance naked all the time.
Yeah, but not. But
my woman,
what that mean though? But you got a naked man dance in the gym. You know how to dance with a naked man.
I got me a woman.
Oh, that's real now. That's one thing I know. Nigga told this nigga say you better not go fight them niggas butt naked, boy. You gonna mess up your perfect record.
See all these children I got in here? Plenty of naked dances.
That don't mean nothing. That don't mean you don't want to dance with no man.
I mean a lot of on dance with no man.
Huh?
You heard me?
That's cause nigga, hey boy, it's a lot of old undercover sisters out here got a whole gang of children. Nigga got 7, got 7, 8 of them.
I ain't one of them. There's a lot, and I ain't one of them.
Nigga say nigga around here biting pillows. Well, he say he ain't one of them. I don't know. Jury's still out.
Ain't no jury, no I. I ain't even go to no court, nigga. It's already set in stone. You ain't got no type of evidence against me. Man.
Luke 22:28.
Gotta be bent, well.
I bet somebody do got you.
Wrong tree.
I bet a nigga did go up your tree.
Boy, why did you say that?
I'm telling you. Set itself up there. Got me bent. I bet a nigga did. Did you stand up? Did you bend at your knees? Or did you go straight down?
About down one time.
Hey, you know they was in there testing that out too. See if they bent over and bend at their knees. But Buffett had a slight bend. That nigga ain't do no bending. No. He bend over tie shoes, no bend. Cause they say any man they say any nigga who bend down to tie shoes who don't bend his knees, so the nigga was gay. You know what I'm saying? That's real though. But so they that's real though.
So what kind of nigga just bent over and tied his shoe with his butt? They supposed to have a knee on the ground or something, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But that's real though. No man bend. There's a slight bend. At least you look like you sitting in a chair. You know what I'm saying? If the nigga butt is tooted in the air, that nigga is a catcher. You know what I'm saying? He don't do no pitching. He catching. You know what I'm saying? Hey, guess what this is? Lil Buffett go to try it out. She said, well, I got a slight bend.
You call that nigga.
You know what I'm saying? T went over did it, no bend. No bend.
See, hey, he ready for that night now.
This here, he just been straight on over. Nigga say, well, hey.
You know what he got. You know what he got on the hook.
You know what I'm saying? All I'm sitting back looking at is, hey.
Go sign that paper now.
They say, use a woman. Hey, all I told her was, know somebody been grabbing ankles.
We're ready to have 2 or 3 witnesses before.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm like this here though, but that's real talk though, man. Ain't no grown man got no business tying his shoes. And ain't no bend in his legs.
I gotta put my foot on something.
You know what I'm saying? It don't make no difference. Like you say, you do it football style, nigga bent the knee down. Nigga, you standing here, your legs straight, bro. I didn't even know a nigga could bend over, a man could bend over with a straight leg. I didn't think it was possible.
He said that's real, boy.
I didn't think it was possible myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, obviously it is.
Nigga ain't supposed to be at the hip, boy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, even when you sit back doing Romanian deadlift, nigga still bending at the hip. And at the knees. You know, at the knee, I still got like this here. There's no straight. My legs are straight, I'm bending over. That just feels feminine. You know what I'm saying? The sound of it. Bend straight over at your knees. You want me to do what, sir? Like when they wanted you to do that in school, do the toe touch? I will not participate in this. I don't feel comfortable with this exercise. Bend over and touch your toes. I will not.
Hey, but he'll do them donkey calf raises though.
You know what I'm saying? Still got bend in my knees.
Oh, that machine? Yeah, he'll do those though.
But I got to bend in my knees though.
Whatever.
Yeah, I know it. You just like to be donkey calf, period.
Yeah, me bent.
Again.
Nigga, I never do that.
You know what I'm saying? I always talking about you bent. How nigga got you bent? Like an arrow?
Yeah, the arrow is straight.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I know it's straight. Straight for that split.
Oh, well,
I get it. I get it. All right, that's what you get for the prostate jokes, nigga.
Don't mad at me because you like things in your scrotum.
You know what I'm saying?
You can put 4
in your scrotum.
In your scrotum. This nigga on some new gauge up front, man. You can put 4 in up, yeah.
Oh, Lord. Hey, come on, y'all. Luke 22:28. I'm telling you, now you just done went too far, sir. The cousin done rolled out. He said he couldn't stay no longer. He said, "Oh, this stuff, these niggas crazy. I gotta go." No, I'm just messing with him. He said, "Ye are they which continue with me in my temptations, and I appoint unto you a kingdom, as my Father hath appointed unto me." Now, how would he know the Father appointed him a kingdom unless he told him, right? Hebrews 4:13. And he's still tripping on that one, ain't he? That's rough right there. I ain't never heard nothing like that before. That nigga say 4 fingers in the scrotum. Nigga, get in your scrotum, you need to see a doctor immediately. Nigga, you might die. I guarantee you it's blood and tissue coming out everywhere. Boy, I know one thing this here boy, nigga will cry for days something happened to his scrotum. He gonna be like this here, help me please. Nah, Hebrews 4:13. Hebrews 4:13. Y'all pray for us. I know y'all new people like, these niggas crazy. Everybody else know that's the regular.
What that old Lenny Williams singing nigga?
Who Lenny Williams?
Want to be Lenny Williams.
You talking about Corey?
No, Delta.
Delta? Delta, that nigga just said you want to be Lenny Williams. Talking about well and all that stuff. You gonna let him talk about you like that, Delta?
So watch television went off, huh?
And they say Delta sound like a fake Lenny Williams. He ain't never heard the man sing before.
It sound like it though.
Okay then. Neither is there any creature that is not manifest in his sight. All things are naked and open unto the eyes of him whom we have to do. Seeing then that we have a great high priest that is passed into the heavens, Yahshua the son of Elohim, let us hold fast our profession. For we have not a high priest which cannot be touched with the feeling of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted like as we are, yet without sin. Remember he said, you are those who were with me. And this man was tempted to sin just like we did. He endured to the end. And he was able to receive all things because he did that. Remember he said, blessed are you that endure temptation, you receive a crown of life, which the Lord has promised to them that love him. We see Hamashiach doing the same thing. He endured all temptations. And he was saved in the end. Unto death. We got to do the same thing. You got to follow the same similitude of behavior. Just because you tempted to sin don't mean you will sin, because it just said Hamashiach was tempted. He just told the disciples, y'all was with me and y'all seen I was tried with committing sin and didn't do it. Y'all seen it. Hold on. That is. Thank the Lord. 1 Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 4. Make it 3. Remember without ceasing your work of faith and labor of love. You should be doing this work because you believe in the benefit of what you're going to receive. You ought to be taking on to this labor because you love the Most High Yah. And patience of hope in our Lord Yahshua HaMashiach in the sight of Elohim and our Father, knowing, brethren, your election of Elohim. For our gospel came not unto you in word only, but also in power, and in the Ruach HaKodesh, and in much assurance, as you know what manner of men we were among you for your sake. You don't think the apostles knew what manner of man Yahshua was among them for their sake? Because he said he sanctified himself by the truth. Let's look at John 17. Let's see what he said for their sake. So another that came to my mind. I'll see if I remember this before. And after that, 1 John chapter 4. About verse 20. Let's look at John 17. He said, you know what, John 17 and 17. He said, you know what manner of men we were for your sake. Ain't that what Paul just said? Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. As thou hast sent me into the world, even so have I also sent them into the world. And for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through the truth. So when we look at Paul saying, you knew what manner of men we were among you for your sake. You know what I'm saying? For your soul salvation's sake. Well, when Mashiach tell them, hey man, you were with me enduring my temptation, that means you knew my work and my labors. And it didn't come into you in word only, but in the power of Elohim and by the Ruach HaKodesh. You knew what manner of man I was around you for your soul's sake. And I have magnified that even more when I say I sanctify myself by the truth for their sakes, that they might be set apart by me. Let's look at 1 John 4. This tying in also what we look in Ecclesiastes. He say where the word of the king is, there is power. You know what I'm saying? Where the word of Yah is, there ought to be some power there. When you look at most of these niggas, they are powerless. I'm sorry, it's 1 John 3:16. It's what we need. Nigga, all right? Nigga sound like... Yeah, Dwight say you say... He say you sound like a fake Lenny Williams. He say you look like Dutter Man from New Jack City. Huh?
That nigga went to go Google a joke, huh?
He said you went to go Google a joke, huh?
He said that about 10 minutes ago, play one.
Yeah, he said he stepped off for a moment. So he didn't hear you.
It's too late now.
It's too late. Jasmine had to tell him. He talking about you. He talking about you. Said you can't sing. Said you can't sing. He talking about you. He don't talk about my head. He can sing. Say this going to tell him you sound like Luther Vandross in the shower. It's all right. Say in public you sound like a screeching cat.
He said it sound like roadkill. Made it sound like a... It sound like a deer on Stiller.
No, hey man. Hey, he said go to say what you know about Lenny Williams. First John 3:16. Hereby we perceive the love of Elohim because he laid down his life for us. We ought to lay down our lives for the brethren. But whoso have this world's good and see his brother have need and shut up his bowels of compassion from him, how dwell the love of Elohim in him? My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. That's why Paul say, we didn't come to you just in word, but in power and by the Ruach HaKodesh. Because it's real easy, man. You can make your mouth fry fish. You say anything you want out your mouth. He said, how about you show it in deed and in the word? That's what Hamashiach did. He showed them the manner of man he was for their sakes by the things that he did according to the word. If you want people to respect what you're doing and what you're talking about and what you say you believe, then show it to them in deed and in truth and endure the temptation. Some of y'all, man, all it takes is a nigga to keep asking because you already want to do it, but you want to make it seem like you putting up some manner of resistance like you don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because you already wanted to do it. You just wanted them to beg you a little bit. Come on now. You gonna do it. Come on now. I'm saying to tell you, I told you no one time, you might as well stop. You know what I'm saying? If you come ask me something, I told you no the first time, there's absolutely nothing you can say out of your mouth that will get me to reverse field on that. Just like the Joker said, I'm a man of my word. I meant that. You know what I'm saying? I meant that. Y'all better stop playing with these sinners, man, and cutting corners and making excuses and go ahead, shut them down, man. Shut them down. Look them in the face and say absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? I've been told her, you know, her people, her family, her mama side of the family, them niggas real bullets. I wish they would come in my house with that nonsense, man. Ooh, bet you lied. Not where I pay rent at. Somebody got to go. And if she defend him, she can go with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, you ain't finna come in the house and tell my wife how to keep my house, how to raise my children. Like here, hey man, y'all can go. You know what I'm saying? You're not finna come in my house and size her like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go on and stand up for her. She might not want to do it for herself. I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with it. Ain't that one of y'all men should have lied. That's not happening in here. Anybody who came in the land of Israel, coming to mess with Israel, boy, y'all stood up for him. You're not going to disrespect my wife in my house. I'm going to drive you up out of here. What caused the people not to get drove out? Because his wife was stupid. That's what caused it. Come on back over here to Ecclesiastes chapter 8, though.
In other words, you're saying people in your house ain't gonna get drove out.
Who?
That's what you're saying.
Should she get kicked out too?
No, you said because the wife is stupid, right?
No, I'm saying that's why he didn't push the people out the land.
So people ain't gonna get pushed out of your house.
Oh, they will get pushed out. I ain't with it. I know the best way, and I know they don't want to get, they don't want to take no for that to get out. You know the best way to get a nigga out? Go eat you some beans or something. Something gonna make you flatulent and just go to farting all around the house. I bet to get out there.
That's probably gonna call the police.
I ain't gonna call the police.
I walk around naked like that.
I ain't gonna call the police.
Eat some beans.
I ain't gonna call the police. Nigga go walk around, bah, bah. They go to smelling that toxic fumes. I bet they get up out of there then.
Nah, I tried it. It don't work. They stay around there faithfully.
That you, nigga, you fought up under yourself, smelling your own stink.
I tried it. It don't work.
That nigga, that's the only nigga I know sit there and fart by himself and smell his own fart.
Hey, what I'm gonna do? Run from it?
So lives.
Nigga, I just did legs. I'm out here farting. I ain't about to keep getting up moving. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm in the comfortable on the bowl. Oh, you just stewing in there.
Yeah, go ahead, though.
Marinating. Shirt smelling like it's already. Boy, you better spray.
He say you got to see him, man.
So now you gonna fight.
He say you got to see him. I don't know. He just told me to tell you. He said why you think he want to fight? That's what you think.
I mean, shoot, that's what niggas say. You gotta see me. Where's the niggas that? Nigga gotta see me.
Well, he say what you gotta see him on. What he gotta see you on, though?
You know what I'm saying? Sound like fake. I'm just saying. You ain't trying to go to no barbershop, either. You know what I'm saying? Now you want to fade.
He say you look like Gonzo from the Muppet Babies.
That's funny? Oh, that's funny, huh? All these niggas laughing. That's funny, huh? There you go with the pinky, it's trouble. You got that pinky, boy, it's trouble. That nigga
he said that's what he mean when he got. That's what he meant. He said that's what he meant when he got to see you. He said he come to see you with some humor.
I ain't spelling because that nigga.
8
he go away for 3 weeks at a time.
Ecclesiastes 8.
Hey,
Hey, he said it don't work well because you be busy for 3 weeks at a time.
it make you small. My pinky gonna go up. That nigga Troy looking small.
He said he got to wait 3 weeks to get you again. Ecclesiastes 8. Hey, all I can tell you is, all I tell you is just call his phone and rank on him on his phone. You call him every day.
Do all that. What kind of homosexual guy? We call another man every day.
He say he gonna call you, give you 5 minutes of Jones and right upside your head. Oh, peanut head nigga, then hang up. Nigga call your phone just dropping ranks periodically throughout the whole day.
I'm gonna do that. Start texting niggas jokes.
Text me a joke, I ain't gonna look at it.
So you gonna look at it.
So live. Guess what? I can see what it say before I hit it.
And it's gonna be a group message for everybody there.
That nigga old millennial nigga would group text a ring. Nigga say I'm a group text a nigga ring. That's lame.
That nigga Dwayne look like.
Hey, I also seen something I told y'all yesterday. Leave that alone, Liv. I also seen something yesterday. How y'all feel about it? Somebody said if a man has a selfie stick, he balls for apples.
He balls.
He ball for apples. That was somebody posted yesterday afternoon. They said if a man has a selfie stick, he ball for apples. You know that's not what was there. How y'all feel about that? I'm gonna tell you no lie. I catch and one of you brothers. I know that right. I catch and one of you brothers with a selfie stick, boy. I might call your phone every day to rank on you. And that's real talk. And we gonna have to do it old school like we was in the wilderness. The whole congregation gonna have to get together in the woods somewhere and present you before y'all to make sure you ain't a sister or not. We are not sure. We gonna have to present him before y'all. This nigga might be gay.
In the woods.
I'm telling you, nigga gotta go to the wilderness behind this one here. This nigga might be gay.
30 niggas in the woods.
Nigga say this nigga nigga say I just seen brother such and such with a selfie stick. You seen him with what? Bring him up on charges.
He posted 2 pics.
Bring him up on charge. I'm telling you, man, that's real talk, man. I bet not see now one of y'all with no selfie stick, boy. Man, I don't even get in a picture with a nigga with a selfie stick, man.
Look at me for
What you mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Professional camera, nigga. Look at
You know who got the selfie stick in the room?
Yeah, Mouse got the selfie stick.
what that mean for me.
I would hope
You
that.
take one already.
Ooh, boy. Look at Mouse.
What?
What you seen?
I remember the occasion too, nigga.
What?
Oh!
We got me at the pill. You should like take one with me. And
Show
all-
there.
Yeah, he was there.
He was there.
Yeah.
He was there.
No, don't play dumb now.
And I was finna shoot a bird, but I had to stop myself. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. I thought it was nothing feminine on here.
There was nothing feminine.
Okay, I'll give you that there.
I ain't put my
I'll give you
hand
that
on my
there.
cheek.
But I'm telling you right now,
Ain't none of this here.
don't have me take no picture with you with no selfie stick. I ain't doing it. You roll your eyes all you want. I ain't doing it. I don't believe no selfie
Me like
stick.
I'm crazy. Nigga, I know what I see.
Hey, 2 witnesses, you been convicted. But because it was with Mouse,
That nigga say you been convicted.
because it was with Mouse, you get a pardon. You get a presidential pardon. I mean, if you do it with your old lady, I'll give you a presidential pardon.
What you doing with a woman, man?
You do it with a man, you certified homosexual.
That closed door.
No 2 men ain't got no man that close. Talking about let's take a selfie.
This nigga in the picture cheek to cheek. What's up, bro?
Selfie. Oh, you niggas gay. Niggas gay. I seen them niggas do that for Greg's birthday. They took a group selfie. They took a group selfie.
I didn't say cheek to cheek.
They took a group selfie. But it was all it was everybody who was out there at his party. You know what I'm saying? I think he got a selfie stick.
Yeah, he also got colored hair with capris.
That he does.
Man, Craig, gay, bro. If he ain't openly. Oh. He talking about openly. I've seen it.
Whoa.
I've seen it in Walmart.
I'm good. All I know is he had the selfie stick like everybody out there, like it was probably about 100 niggas out
That
there.
nigga tried to avoid everybody. 2 niggas was like, Greg, don't do that. Like, Greg. And he was like, yeah, what's up, bro? What's up? Yeah.
I don't do selfie sticks, my nigga.
What that nigga look like?
I'm gonna tell you like this here, and Lank mentioned it. Lank the only person, unless you doing professional camera work, that might be the only excuse you got to have one.
A selfie stick?
Yeah.
You can record with your phone and you use it for long distance, high shots.
No.
Mike say no.
Not at all. If there's money involved,
Please ask me 8 and 8.
Money involved, but you been over 2 inches.
Woo!
Stop right here. Try me like that.
Around the hips too.
I'm
Money
saying they got
involved.
Woo, all right, y'all, calm down now.
Ain't none of that.
You know what I'm saying?
Please ask the 8 days. He say he got to draw the line right there.
Stop it right now. Try me like that.
You say the money involved, you do things, I'm gonna put it
selfie stick, nigga. That's it. Stop right there.
Nigga say,
All right, y'all calm it down. Let's leave that
You know
alone.
what I'm saying? You a ball apples.
No,
You say money involved, you gonna get a selfie stick. I'm just paying 2 or 2
my side, bro.
Yeah, leave that alone, man. Yeah, leave that alone now. I mean, some stuff, hey boy, some things like this won't play like that. He said, no, I don't play like that. He said, he ain't playing about no penises now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know, baby, some men don't joke like that. You see them joke like that, you leave that alone. You leave that alone. Please ask the 8 and 8. He said there's no man that have power over the spirit to retain the spirit. Neither have he power in the day of death. There's no discharge in that war. Where can we see this here? Is that true? Do we have something that we can sit back and say that maybe that's not actually the case? Look at it now. There's no man that have power over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither he have power in the day of death. There's no discharge in that war. John 10 and 17. He said, no man, and say, listen to it again now. Listen to it again now. Ecclesiastes 8:8. This man say, there's no man that have power over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither he have power in the day of death. There's no discharge in that war. You ain't got no power in the day of death. Let's see what Amashah says. Therefore doth my Father love me, because I lay down my life, that I might take it again. No man take it from me, but I lay it down of myself. I have power to lay it down, and I have power to take it again. This commandment have I received of my Father. That sounds like to me that somebody got power to retain the spirit and got power in the day of death then, don't it? He said there's no discharge in that war. You know what it means to discharge something, right? You know you get discharged from the army? Or release. What have we just been looking at on on Wednesday and last night about going to war? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to show you something about the discharge in that battle. Lamentations 4 and 2. I almost forgot about it, but he brought it back to my mind. I like this here, boy. My statement still stands, though. Now one of you niggas better come around here with no self-esteem. Anybody that got genitalia that belongs to a man, don't come around here with no self-esteem. See, y'all ain't like that, but I'm telling you, though, you know, you can't play with a man like that. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff you like to hear, nigga don't play like that. That's like drawing the line.
She closed her hand in it.
You know that hurt, 'cause that's that slow. That was that slow crank up. You all right, Lizzie? You tough now. 4 tough too. Lamentations 4 and 1 is actually what I want. How is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how they are esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter. Now let me ask y'all a question. How does gold, any of y'all ever seen some gold that got dim? What ended up getting it dim? Anybody want to take a shot at it?
Yeah, we just fought. I got beat up. It's all good, though.
But what, I mean, not even fake gold, because real gold can get dim. Dirt would make gold go dim. You know what I'm talking about? Now, how is that fine gold changed then? Because he said, I got power to lay my life down. He said nobody has no power to stop that discharge in that war. Because there's a war going on, ain't it? War between what? Life and death. Hamashiach came to fight that war. You know what I'm saying? He ended up giving us, hold on, Romans chapter 7, verse 22. Hold this lamentation for me. Seven 23 Romans. But I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind, bringing me into captivity to the law of sin which is in my members. Knowing Hamashiach came on this earth and became sin, so the gold was made dim. Because you know, if gold cleaned up real nice like that, nigga shine, don't it? Shine bright.
Yeah, nigga try.
Yeah. I would have drop kicked you.
Calling him a look, though.
Rickety Dragon Steamboat style too.
I got some fun.
He said, "O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death?" Because Ecclesiastes is talking about this war, right? No man have power to retain the spirit, nor in the day of death. There is no discharge in this war. I thank Elohim through Yahshua HaMashiach our Lord. So then with the law of myself, With the mind I myself serve the law of Elohim, but with the flesh the law of sin. How is your flesh serving the law of sin, everybody? Huh? What is the law of sin? The law of sin is death. So regardless that we in this flesh, you still gonna die. You know what I'm saying? You still gonna die, but you don't have to taste that second death. That's where you get the discharge at in that war. You understand what I'm saying? Because you got stupid niggas that say Hamashiach lied. He said there's some standing here that'll never taste death. He lied because they died. No, you just stupid. You know what I'm saying? Because we know from Genesis chapter 3, every man who come through the womb going back to the dust, that's what the law say. That's the law of sin. Dust you came, dust you gonna return. So your flesh gonna serve that law. But your mind need to keep God's commandments. Your mind need to keep what he tell you to do. Regardless of this flesh gonna waste away. That's what niggas read that have no idea what it's talking about. They thinking Paul telling you, I sinned. That wasn't what he was telling you. You got to know the law of sin. He came to redeem us from the curse of that law. These niggas think the redeeming of the curse of the law is the curses in Deuteronomy 28. That's secondary. You know what I'm saying? The first thing this man came to redeem us from was to redeem us from the curse of Adam. So there could be a discharge in that battle. You know what I'm saying? Come on back over here. So we know how to find gold was changed, right? Because he said he had power to lay a life down, right? He said how his fine gold changed. And the stones are poured out in the head of every street. Well, let's look at Romans 1:1, see how fine gold would change. Little Kingston. At least it bounced back fast. Oh, that's not Romans 1:1. Paul, a servant of Yahshua HaMashiach, called to be an apostle, separated unto the gospel of Elohim, which he had promised afore by his prophets in the Kodesh scriptures, concerning his son Yahshua HaMashiach our Lord, which was made of the seed of David according to the flesh, and declared to be the son of Elohim with power, according to the spirit of Kodesh, by the resurrection from the dead, by whom we have received grace and apostleship for obedience to the faith among all nations for his name. So that's Romans 1:5. That's for everybody right there. But do you see what the cloud allowed him to be declared to be the son of Elohim? It was with power. Now we looked at in Ecclesiastes 8:4. He said where the king's word is, there is power. Let's look at see some places where we see power in the king's word, right? You want to see some places where there's power in the king's word? Well, let's look at Matthew chapter 9. Let's see if we can see some power in the king's word. Because that's what Solomon told us. Solomon told us his power in the king's word. Matthew chapter 9. Say where the word of the king is, there's power. Then he's saying, who is that to say to him, what you doing? Ain't that something you'll look at a king and tell him, man, what you doing? What you mean what I'm doing? I'm the king. Matthew 9:1. And he entered into a ship and passed over and came into his own city. And behold, they brought to him a man sick of the palsy, lying on a bed. Yahshua, seeing their faith, said unto the sick of the palsy, Son, be of good cheer. Thy sins be forgiven thee. And behold, certain of the scribes said within themselves, This man blasphemed. Yahshua, knowing their thoughts, and said, Wherefore think ye evil in your hearts? For whether it is easier to say thy sins be forgiven thee, or to say arise and walk. But that ye may know that the Son of Man hath power on the earth to forgive sins. Then he saith to the sick, he to the sick of the palsy, Arise, take up thy bed, and go into thine house. So now we just seen how the king word had power. What the king word is, there with power. He had power to tell a man his sins were forgiven. Was it by his word? He said, what the king's word is, there's power. He say, son, your sins are forgiven you. This man say, this man blasphemed. But I got power to do it, though. You know what I'm saying? Let's go look at Luke. Is it Luke or is it Mark that I want? Let me make sure. It's Luke chapter 3. Luke chapter 3. I hadn't even said the chapter yet. Chapter 3. Luke chapter 3, about verse 28. Luke chapter 4, pardon me, verse 28. Y'all all right? Kingston, you all right? Stanks, you all right? You all right? All right. Luke 4:28. And all they in the synagogue, when they heard those things, were filled with wrath, and rose up and thrust him out of the city, and led him unto the brow of a hill wherein their city was built, that they may cast him down headlong. But he, passing through the midst of them, went his way, and came down to Capernaum, a city of Galilee, and taught them on the Sabbath days. And they were astonished at his doctrine, for his word was with power. And in the synagogue there was a man, which had a spirit of an unclean devil, and cried with a loud voice, saying, Let us alone. What have we to do with thee, thou Yahshua of Nazareth? Art thou come to destroy us? I know thee, who thou art, the Kodesh one of Elohim. Yahshua rebuked him, saying, Hold thy peace, and come out of him. And when the devil had thrown him in the midst, and he came out of him, and hurt him not, and they were all amazed, and spoke among themselves, saying, What a word is this? For with authority and power he command the unclean spirits, and they come out. These people sat back and looked at this man, just spoke the word, and the spirit came out. Because where the king's word is, there's power. Nobody asked him, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You just sit back and look at that. That's why the man sat back and said, we didn't come into you in word only, but in power. You know what I'm saying? It's power that come along with Yah's word. Power that most people don't manifest. That power, a lot of people look at, why ain't nobody casting out devils now? Why ain't nobody raising people from the dead now? Why ain't nobody healing the blind and all that type of stuff now? Because if he allowed men to do it, you wouldn't believe. You wouldn't believe him no way. You'll say it was witchcraft or some type of parlotry. You know what I'm saying? So instead, he gives men the power to actually stand and obey the word so that men can see clean living and sit back and see his power behind that man's word, that when he preached the gospel of Yahshua HaMashiach, you ought to know. You ought to follow it and obey it yourself. Because look at, man, the Lord can still give men them type of abilities and gifts that he saw fit. Who's to say it's not a man in the earth doing it now? You know what I'm talking about? A lot of times they ain't doing it for no fanfare, because most of these niggas, they can heal somebody, they going to bring every news, camera, every media outlet they can find. They get every coin that they could get. I ain't lying. Come on back over here. Something else in Matthew. Let's see if the king's word got power. There's another place. Matthew chapter 8, verse 23. And when he was entered into a ship, his disciples followed him. And behold, there arose a great tempest in the sea, insomuch that the ship was covered with the waves, but he was asleep. And his disciples came to him and awoke him, saying, Lord, save us, we perish. And he saith unto them, Why are ye fearful, O ye of little faith? Then he arose and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was great calm. But the men marveled, saying, What manner of man is this, that even the winds of the sea obey him? I mean, where the king's word is, there's power. He ain't do nothing but sat back and spoke it. This man rebuked wind and it listened to him. You know what I'm saying? Because where the king's word is, there's power. Nobody asked him, what are you doing when he did it? Nobody said, what doest thou? You got to realize the word of y'all got the same power. John 6:63. Because where the king's word is, there's power, right? Get ready to roll on out of here. Knock out a little bit more on that verse 8. Finish up that Lamentations 4. Call it a day. Did it rain out there? Is the sun back out, or does it look like it's going to keep on going? I know it pulled down rain the other day. Boy, by the time, man, about 45 minutes later, that was Wednesday. Boy, it ain't look like nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? John 6:63. It is the spirit that quicken. The flesh profit nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. Y'all know what the word quicken mean, right?
Make alive.
Make alive. Who got power to make alive but Yah? Even when we turn around, we look in the 11th chapter of the book of John. when Lazarus was in the grave. All Yahshua did was speak the word. Lazarus come forth and he got up. Because where the king's word is, there's power. You know what I'm saying? We already read in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, when the Mashiach come back, how they getting up out the grave? With a shout. Because where the king's word is, there's power. Because I had power to lay my life down to retain the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Hamashiach retained the spirit because he didn't suffer corruption. He was able to retain the spirit. Let's look at Romans 8:8. Let's see if that spirit is what, that power, what got him up out of there. He was declared to be the son of Elohim with power by the resurrection of the dead and the set apart spirit. The set apart spirit is the divine nature of Yah, which is Yah's word abiding in him. Which means if you abide in the word and the word abide in you, then the king's word would have power to discharge death off of you and bring you out of the grave. Because Mashiach told you, I got power to discharge death in this war. I got power to retain the spirit. I got power to defeat death. I'm the only person who can do this. That's why these dudes, what about King David? Righteous man. What about King Solomon? Righteous man. What about such and such? But none of them had the power or the authority to do what Hamashiach did. They didn't have that. It wasn't for them. All they did is they had the baton and they just passed it on to the next one. And pass it on to the next one. And all Hamashiach did is come in behind them and fulfill everything that they did. That's it. Niggas make this thing harder than what it got to be. That's why he say my words are plain to those who have understanding. 8 and 9 of the epistle of Romans. What he saying? What he saying?
I don't know.
Niggas singing the party song.
That's Kingston. That's how he rolls. That's your nephew. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit, if so be the spirit of Elohim dwell in you. Now if any man have not the spirit of Hamashiach, he is none of his. If Mashiach be in you, the body is dead because of sin. If the word be in you, you have put to death the old man. You have crucified yourself with him. You understand what I'm telling you? Remember now what we looking at. Who knows the time of judgment? Who knows what his end going to be? You know what I'm saying? Hamashiach knew by the word what his end was going to be. He had to die to redeem his brethren. You know what I'm saying? In order for you to be redeemed by him, guess what you're going to have to do? Because this go back to what we were looking at on Wednesday. I make a covenant. He said if a woman don't please her husband, you know what I'm talking about? He say let her be redeemed, right? Say if a man betroth a woman unto himself and she please him not, let her be redeemed. You know what I'm talking about? He's sitting back sitting here showing you you're going to have to be crucified with him so you can be redeemed. You have to put yourself to death. So if the word dwell in you, then this body is dead because of sin. You no longer live your life to commit sin. You no longer live your life to fulfill the lust of the flesh. That is no longer your life's work or desire. You know what I'm saying? When we look at most of the stuff like we were talking about last night, man, most of the stuff these dudes be talking about, man, they're not telling us how to put no sin away. Like the brother asked a serious question. He said, man, how do you stop sinning if you've been sinning for so long? You know what I'm saying? And the only way that's going to be able to happen is you got to be taught the word and lay it up in the treasures of your heart. But when these people are not telling you that, just Sabbath, Sabbath, Sabbath. No pork on my fork. You know what I'm saying? But your face is in a vagina. But lies are on your tongue.